This video is sponsored by Amaze. Since its launch in 2003, it's no secret that Challenge Stradale has been one of my favourite Ferraris. I mean, I literally built my own 12 years ago and drove it as a daily for much of that period. To me, the styling is timeless. It still looks fresh 18 years later. It was the first lightweight special edition from Ferrari with some big advantages like the carbon ceramic brakes shared with the Enzo supercar, lots of lightweight carbon both inside and on the exterior, things such as racing seats, no carpets. The car was all about weight saving, and Ferrari did a magnificent job of shedding over 100 kilos from the standard road car. And then there's the piece de la resistance, the sound. And they're quite versatile too, with a decent amount of storage up front or behind the seats here. They can be used for a long weekend away. Mine has even doubled up as an alarm clock. And so 2 years ago, when a collector friend of mine and true Ferrari aficionado, who exceeds even my passion for these, brought up the idea of creating something very special and very unique involving a Challenge Stradale, naturally I was on board in a heartbeat. Hey guys, a warm welcome back to the channel. We have a new project build and I am super excited to share this one with you. It's been 2 years in the making and this 2004 Challenge Stradale is part of the project. Let me give you a little tour around this one and I'll give you a few clues as to what we are going to do. So while you admire the views, let me give you some history on this project. My friend, let's call him Mr. Stradale, wanted to create something really unique. He already has an impressive collection, including the usual suspects 355, 16M, Speciale, Pista Spider, and a number of Challenge Stradales, including, let's just say some, which is more than one, Rare Corns edition CS that were a special edition of the special edition celebration for the Japanese market. They made only 25 examples, of which 23 are known to remain. Mr. Stradale wanted to create something that, well, let's just say if you were sat at a table over lunch at a Ferrari restaurant, you would have something different to talk about, something special and a car you just can't go out and buy. Let's face it, F40, F50, Enzo, even the LaFerrari are great supercars, creme de la creme, but if you had the money, you could go out right now and have one of each of those before tea time. And there's also some other very key reasons for creating the car we're about to create, which I'll come to a little later on. This Argento Nürburgring, otherwise known as Silver, CS is very rare in itself, with this colour and no stripe. One of just 1,288 built Challenge Stradales and a very well cared for and stunning condition example. So what I'm about to do with this might come as a little shock to some people, but I assure you, you'll appreciate the end result. Now, working on Ferrari projects like this is all good, but it takes a lot of time, effort, and not to mention money. Amaze, however, are offering the chance to win a Ferrari Roma, which, trust me, is a lot less stressful way into Ferrari ownership. Amaze gives away one-of-a-kind prizes and experiences while donating money to chosen charities from around the world. You can win this 2021 Ferrari Roma with its 3.9-litre twin-turbo V8 engine. Will give you that unforgettable Ferrari experience. Oh, and did I mention the 612 horsepower that will propel you from 0 to 60 in 3.1 seconds with a top speed of 199 miles an hour and stopping power to match with carbon ceramic brakes. The high-tech steering wheel with the new touch-sensitive sequence startup, multiple screens, even a passenger display. And by entering, you'll also be donating to charity. The Charlie Strong Africa Outreach Project has a mission to invest in Africa's youth to keep them safe from HIV and AIDS. The project supports community-engaged organisations that provide critical resources like access to youth-friendly healthcare, sexual and reproductive health education, life skills and support, all of which empower young people to keep themselves and their peers HIV-free. So to enter for your chance to potentially win that awesome Ferrari Roma and support a great charity, head on over to amaze.com/Ratarossa. That's amaze.com/Ratarossa, or just click on my link below the video. And good luck! Now naturally, most of you are going to be asking, why am I starting a new project when the BBI is at this stage? Well, let me explain. We've got some jobs on here that are going to take a little bit of time. Bodywork wise, I've got some really special stuff happening. You can probably see some differences here. That's all in the next video on this one, and it's really going to be cool. Suspension, that's all off being rebuilt again, taking its time there. Some of the plating stuff, I'm still waiting for that to come back. We're going to have some engine work done as well, so there's going to be periods of time on the BBI project, as there is at the moment, where I'm waiting for stuff to happen. I can't really progress this until one stage of it is done, and then I can move on. So it makes sense to start the other one. I wasn't going to do it until this one was finished, but we're going to start it now. I've got both the cars here anyway, so we can jump between the two. Keeps me busy and keeps the content flowing on the channel. So you're probably thinking, what is he going to do with this Challenge Stradale? It's a very clean car on the inside and the exterior. It has perfect service history. There is no previous accident damage on this. It is a very nice example of the CS. So what am I going to do? Manual swap on this one? It's been done before. We're going to be doing something a little bit different to that. Now, to give you a really big clue, I am going to take you through the cars that Ferrari introduced after this special edition Challenge Stradale. The successor to the Stradale was the 430 Scuderia. This one happened to be my old car, which I purchased about 5 years ago with the intention of actually selling the Stradale and keeping this. However, after a very enjoyable drive back from Austria on the Autobahn, I kind of found the 430 a little bit lacking in rawness in comparison to the Stradale, so I ended up selling the Scuderia. Shortly after, Ferrari brought out the convertible version, the Spider version of the Scuderia, known as the 16M. This one very pretty in yellow. The Scuderia was replaced by the 458 Speciale. This particular car is a 0-mile car. It's never been driven, and it's owned by the lovely chap who bought my 430 Scuderia. That was followed by the 458 Speciale Aperta, the convertible version. See where we're going here? And the current lineup are the Pista and the Pista Spider. Okay, I'm going to give you one more massive clue. This Ferrari 360 Challenge Stradale is actually the donor car. It's half of the project. The other half is on its way here soon, and that is a Ferrari 360 Spider. Have a little guess in the comments below what you think I'm going to be doing. It's things like the key, again shed with the Enzo, put it in here, and it gives you so much pleasure to see that yellow tack light up, 8,500 red line. But then when you do something like this, come down here and you press this button that says start. All hell breaks loose. Watch this. just going to bring the engine up to temperature, and it's almost there now. We've been driving for a few minutes. And it sounds fantastic. Check this out. Give it a little bit of a blip down this way. Hopefully the camera's still on the roof. The last time I did this in the Stradale, I lost my GoPro on the roof. This time I've taken a little bit more care. Hopefully it will stay on there. This can be quite vicious with acceleration. It makes the right noises, it gives you that real feel, and if you don't respect the Stradale, it doesn't have all the namby-pamby driver aids. This one will bite you in the arse if you do not treat it right. I have been in a Strad my own like for 12 years, and in 12 years when I have not paid attention to what I'm doing, typically if it's rainy, a little bit damp, tyres are cold, then it has really truly bitten me. One thing I noticed about driving this Stradale in comparison to mine is mine had a bit of a tune on the engine ECU. So the main thing that I actually prefer on my car rather than the factory ECUs and the maps that they use is the butterflies for the exhaust system that open up and create that wonderful noise. They don't open up on the Strad until a lot later on. On mine it's around about 3,500. It's more like 4,000, so about an extra 1,000 RPM before they start to actually open up. And I prefer it on mine because I can control it a lot lower down. It makes that wonderful noise more often. It's about 4,250, I'd say, something like that. Well guys, I am sure by now you have worked out what we're about to do, but if you haven't quite got there, we are creating the world's only and very unique Ferrari 360 Challenge Stradale Spider. We're going to make something that Ferrari should have made, and we're going to try and do it as if it would have come out of the factory. So this beautiful condition, well cared for Challenge Stradale is the donor vehicle. Everything on this car that made it so special compared to the normal 360 and gave it that 100 kilos weight saving is coming off of this car, and it's going to go on the Spider. That is things such as the full carbon ceramic brake system, the suspension system with the titanium springs, the full interior, that is the dash, the center console, the seats, the steering wheel, rewiring it, all of the door cards here, all of the door mechanisms, that all has to be changed, sills, bumpers, side skirts, under trays, everything, including the engine, the gearbox, the F1 system. Now a lot of you are thinking, are you going to create a manual car? We're not going to do that because, as I said, what we're trying to do here is create that missing car that Ferrari would have made from factory, and all Stradales had an F1 system in them. Therefore the Spider is going to stay with the F1 system. And then there are some subtle differences between the coupe and the Spider that we're going to have to rethink. That is really this main rear end here. So things like the engine vents here, they're completely different. And then things like the roll hoops on the Spider, we are going to be using design clues from the 16M to create those. Anyway guys, love to hear your thoughts on this one. What do you think about what we're doing? Do you think we're doing something very crazy here, or is it going to be very cool? Write them in the comments below, and I can't wait to bring you along for this journey. Now, a couple of things that we do have the ability to change and maybe have a little bit of fun with at the moment are things like the color of the car. Do we go with silver, as in the CS at the moment, something normal, factory standard Rosso Corsa, or something completely outrageous? And then, do we add the factory stripe to it? Do we go non-stripe like this one, or do we go with something completely different, a different variant of it? Calipers, and the other thing that I haven't said at the moment is the interior of this car is all coming out to be retrimmed. It looks very good, but is not perfect, so we can really change the whole thing. If you guys had a blank canvas and had your ideal combination on the Challenge Stradale Spider, what would it be? I would love to hear your thoughts on that one, so drop them in the comments below. First job today on the Stradale is to strip out all of the interior. That's everything that is going to be interchangeable and is going to go in the Spider. Seats, dash, the lower console here. The back part is different, and so is obviously the roof structure. So everything from the Spider will then get retrimmed to match this. All of the seats are very, very good. All the dash is really good. It's actually probably one of the best Stradales that I've seen for the interior trim, but it's not perfect, so it's all going to get redone, and it's all going to be very nice, all going to be clean, and it's all going to match. Along with that, we are going to be doing all of the sticky buttons. These again are very good, but they've got that slight feel where it's just going to get worse, and also the dash vents, so they're going off, they're all going to get redone. So let's get to it. Let's start stripping out the inside. Final bit, we are ready to take the top of the dash out. My man Fresher over here is going to assist me so we don't scrape it all or ruin the steering wheel here. So plan is we've got, like I say, a bar here that I need to clear the steering wheel, and then we're going to take it out of Fresh's side over there. Let's go for it. Right, so if we just let me just pop that down there. We'll just go real slow. That's what goes. Now I think Fresh, there's also a cable on the middle there that I might have to get. See this little bit in the middle over here, there in the middle of the dash. If we come out your way, a little bit. That's like, got it. We come out, and then hold on a minute because I'll just unhook that cable. Come out your way. Clear the steering wheel. You got it? Yep. Perfect, mate. Let's take it out of the car, yeah? Okay. Yeah, boy, the final bit, my man. And there you go, finally we have the dash and all the interior bits out of the car that we need to retrim. And happy days. Sometimes it just takes a little bit longer than expected with these cars. And look at that, just in time, Lexi comes to visit me for the first time here, just ready to come and make me a cup of coffee.
It's a waste.
Well guys, there you go, that is the first hurdle on our new project ticked off. We are ready and waiting for that 360 Spider to arrive. 12 years ago when I created this Stradale, I had so much fun with that build, so you can imagine right now I'm like a kid in a candy store with this absolutely rare, unique prancing horse that we're about to create. Other people have made something very similar. They have done some nice Stradale Spider lookalikes, but nobody has gone to this extreme. We literally have a genuine, well sorted Challenge Stradale. That's a donor car. Everything's coming off that. It's going on the Spider. We are going to create a very, very cool prancing horse. In fact, you could probably call this one a unicorn car. Anyway, I have to say a massive thank you to my friend for making this possible and also for trusting me with this build. I've got to say a thank you to Amaze for sponsoring the video. Head on over to amaze.com/Ratarossa, enter for your chance to win a very cool, very nice Roma. Now you guys might be wondering what we're going to be doing with the leftovers of this one. We're going to have a genuine Stradale shell for a start. Well, I'm going to give you a little clue. Some of those bits up there might get put to some good use. And we might have something that's sat next to this one, right there where you are. Anyway guys, hope you did enjoy it. If you did, don't forget, give it a thumbs up, subscribe and hit that bell notification so you don't miss another video on either the Stradale build or the BBI build. Until the next one guys, stay safe. Ciao for now.